Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Boxing Day, y'all. Yeah, the day after Christmas, December 26th. But today's Red Mic message is make every day Christmas. Well, what do I mean by that? If you remember the song Thank God It's Christmas by Queen, the late, great Freddie Mercury talks about making Christmas every day, right? I think it's about claiming the day, claiming the moment, realizing that tempus fugit, time flies. And every moment that you withhold a kindness, or worse, that you express something unkind, or you take an unkind action, that those are moments you can't get back. And at some point, your time here is going to end. And what if the last thing you said or did was an unkind act to another person? Think about that for a minute while I say this. Red Mic messages, of course, are leadership and life lessons picked up mainly from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message, though, comes largely from, no, not largely, at least comes from pop culture, in that I'm recognizing the Queen song, but it also goes back to an old homily that a former priest once did. Now, this was done after the first of the year, and the gospel reading that day was about how the shepherds in the field had received word of the birth of Jesus. And, of course, there was a lot of, excitement and adulation and stuff like that. But then after the reading, in his homily, the priest started talking. He said, but you know what? It's January, whatever the date was. I don't understand. Jesus was born back in December. That's like 2, 3 weeks ago. Why are we still talking about this? So he actually pulled out the telephone. By the way, favorite priest I ever had. No longer in the priesthood. Long story about that. I'm not going to get into it. That's his story to tell, not mine. It's a good story, though. Anyway, he pulls out this phone, puts it on his lectern. Now, okay, Gen Z and younger, and millennials and younger. This was not a cell phone, okay? This was an actual put it on your nightstand kind of telephone. It was big and bulky, and when he sat it down, it made a ding noise because it had a bell inside of it that actually made noise. Okay, so he picks up the phone, he pulls it to his ear with the cord leading. A cord used to be connected to our phones, you millennial silly people. And he's sitting there, and he does his entire homily on the phone, talking to a shepherd in the field. I think his name was Cedric. That could be wrong. It's been a long time. I was much younger than I am now. And the entire homily was a conversation between him and this shepherd in the field. And through the context of hearing this one-sided conversation, he made the point that it doesn't matter when you heard the news. It doesn't matter when you celebrated Jesus' birth. None of that matters, because the underlying message remains the same. A humble child was born in Bethlehem, and ultimately his goal is to come and save us all. I think that relates a lot to what Queen was trying to say. Every day should be Christmas. Every day you should try to be the person that you want other people to think that you are, actually. The person that you hope that your grandmother saw you as. And just as importantly, it's the person that Jesus sees you as every day. He knows your worst, he knows your best, and he thinks of you at your best. So why don't you try to live up to that? That's today's Red Mic message. Short, sweet, to the point on this Boxing Day. Saw my younger son on Christmas Eve. Saw my older kiddo yesterday. We're actually at an Airbnb. Older kiddo is here, and we are going to go see all the in-laws and outlaws here in a bit. We got to be out of the Airbnb at 10 o'clock. Until I am gone and until the final charges hit our card and everything, I'm not going to share my full opinion about this Airbnb, but there's some quirky little things and some weird things. First of all, 10 o'clock checkout. Come on. Give me a break. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a good weekend. If you didn't get enough time with your family and friends, make up for that this weekend. I'll see you again Monday. Back on life and leadership lessons for real on Monday. Actually, on Monday, I think I'm going to talk about the silly things that engineers do because they don't apply real world situations or real world usages to the thing that they invent and create. What do you think about that? I'll see you again Monday. Until next time. As always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you.